Karen. Okay, well we've got a little demonstration for you to do. So obviously Karen's given you quite a lot of the background, so I will now introduce you to some of our puppies that we have in training at the moment. So first of all, we have Rosie, puppy parent, one of our fantastic volunteers. We have an army of them out there, with puppy O'Neill. O'Neill's only eight months old. This is the first time he's done anything like this, so please bear with him. He's only a baby. He's used to go into puppy classes once a week. So the puppy classes teach him to walk nicely on the lead, focus nicely on his handler, and above all, have really, really good socialisation. So come into events like this, or just you might see them perhaps out in your local supermarket, really just being able to get used to the things in the outside world, which is quite unusual for most dogs to be getting used to. So all the smells and noises that are in a supermarket, all the sort of smells and things that are on a high street. Obviously dogs, we up to the lamppost and we don't want our dogs sniffing out at that. So Rosie's just done a little recall within there, so just got him in a nice down and then did a little recall. It's really important that he wants to be with his handler. So she's just going to walk him now, get him focusing on her. She's got a little treat there, but it's only a baby, so we need him focusing nicely on her. Not paying attention to the rest of the crowd. And then we'll probably do a little bit of obedience as well. So obedience is really important. They just learn the foundation work before they then move on to their advanced training. It's a nice little sit, very neat. So thank you very much, O'Neill. We'll give him a big round of applause. Thank you. And now we also have puppy parent Neil with puppy Jewel, who's just coming up to about 11 months old now, 14 months now. So she's not long come up to her advanced training. They normally come into advanced training when they're about 16, 18 months normally. So Jewel's a little bit further along from O'Neill, but still really just doing some of the basic obedience. So really, really important foundation work. So Jewel's able to hold her weight a little bit longer. She's going to retrieve a lead. So at this stage they'll be starting to move on a little bit more with some of the basic tasks. That might be just doing a few retrieves. But as I said, doing some of the obedience, really important. When you're in a wheelchair, things do normally take quite a bit longer. So we need our dogs to really learn how to be patient. But when you're only 14 months old, patience is not really your top priority, so we do need to teach them that. So she gets a little treat for that. So we're just going to walk around, maybe just get her doing a little bit more obedience as we're going around. Maybe she could do it down. We're going to do a little touch. So Neil's just getting her to touch her hand. So another weight. Again, just being really patient, really important. So Neil's just put a little bit of pressure on the lead there, and that's not to sort of, we don't want her pulling out of that weight. It might be that when she's attached to a wheelchair later on in life, she might unfortunately get a little bit of pressure on the lead, just because the partner perhaps can't see the lead. But she needs to make sure she's sustaining that weight. So Neil's just dropped his keys. Next little thing that she'll be learning is how to retrieve that. And she has to retrieve it nice and neatly. Yeah, you can give her a clap for that. Well done. Very good. Not an easy thing to retrieve keys. They obviously don't feel very nice in a dog's mouth, but she picked it up very quickly without even Neil having to ask her. Thank you very much. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Joel. So some very basic tasks and lots of basic obedience and lots of socialisation during puppyhood. We'd then move on to some of the more advanced tasks. So they're with us in advanced training for 15 weeks. During that 15 weeks, they'll be meeting a potential person who they might be going home with, one of their potential matches, as we call it, normally about sort of halfway into their training. And then we'll be tailor-making the training specifically for the partner. So if you've got a dog that needs to press the switch, the pedestrian switch, we'll be making sure we're focusing on that. So we've got Ronnie here, just decided to have a little lie down, have a little nap, and then we've got demonstration dog Erin, who's going to see if we can help get Ronnie up in the morning. So it's going to tug back nice and straight, nice and strong, tug back that duvet. That's the easy bit, is tugging it back. It's giving it back afterwards, or making sure you're not tugging it too far off. We have some of our partners asked to tug the duvet off, but then make sure they give it up afterwards. And tugging the trouser leg out, so you might have pyjama bottoms on, and just to help perhaps people that have not got much strength in their legs, we can just have the dog help tug the legs out of the bed. And then tugging up into a sitting position. So you might sort of, if you're paralysed, you might not have any core muscles left. So a nice strong tug from Erin there, tugging Ronnie right up into a sitting position. And even up into a stand as well. So that's one of the reasons we use dogs of this size. They need to be quite sturdy, quite strong, and it's not going to cause them any pain or anything or any discomfort to be able to tug somebody up into bed. Now most of our partners might then be able to transfer into a chair, but if you're in a chair like this with a foot plates that are sort of single foot plates, you might struggle to bend down and reach those foot plates to push those down. So let's see if Erin can push the foot plates down for Ronnie. Using her feet, nice and quick. If you blink, you might miss that. So if you blink, you might miss that. So let's just get her to push them back up again, and then she can push them down again. So she'll push them up with the nose. So that moves on that touch task with your. Thank you. That moves that touch task on with your touching your hands, touching the button, but then using your nose to touch other things. So we've got into the chair. And now, I think the dogs have decided it's breakfast time. So Angie is going to see if she can find the bowl in the cupboard. Well, hopefully the bowl's in the cupboard, otherwise someone's not done the washing up. So she's just going to tug a little tuggy on the cupboard door, tug it open, and yeah, the bowl's in there. So she's brilliant, I can get my breakfast now. So she's going to get a little treat in her bowl. She's going to wait nicely for it. And again, all the dogs need to be patient, everything needs to be under control and on what we call the sort of partner's say-so. So once she's had her tiny little breakfast, she's going to bring the bowl back and then shut the cupboard door behind her. Make sure she's in position. That's it, very good. So it's really important. It might sort of just seem a little bit petty that the dogs have to shut the doors behind them, but if you're disabled, generally speaking, you haven't got a lot of space in your house. A wheelchair takes up a lot of space. Then have a dog as well, takes up even more space. So really important that the dogs can shut things behind them. If they've just left the door open, the dog can go off wandering, the main door. But yeah, cupboard doors, drawers, things like that, really important they shut it behind them afterwards. Postman's just arrived, so Erin has decided, oh, I'm going to help Dad get the post. Although she wants to have a go at having her breakfast. I've just started my breakfast, she said. Oh, the post is there. Right, okay, Dad, I'll get the post then. There we go. And this is... Can I just see what that is, Erin? Are you going to bring it to me?
Take it. Take it. Go on, take it.
Erin, bring it here.
Okay.
Thank you very much. This is one of our newsletters. If you want to pick up one of our newsletters, we have a big pile at the back. Please help yourselves as you leave the marquee later on, and if you can't find them, then just ask one of us in purple or purple sash and we'll show you in the right direction. So this tells you our latest news on any sort of partnerships that are out there. I think we've got any of these dogs here. Possibly you might have some of the dogs that are here tonight in the newsletter as well. So please pick up one of those if you get a chance.